3, 2, 1.
The links down below have been replaced. We will not be advertising Green Man Gaming for the foreseeable future. Please, head to the link down below and help any way you can. Jofke Kerman, the insane man that got thrown at Duna with nothing but a capsule, a motorbike, and a parachute. Stayed there for what, 3, 4, 5 years? Long time. Then we brought him home. Immediately goes back into space to rescue Charlie from the moon because his ship despawned. Whoopsie doodle dandy. So he decides, going to Eve. And he goes to Eve. And he comes back. Then he ends up on the Pegasus project. Or Project Odyssey. We call it Project Odyssey. Now he's going everywhere. Now Jofke has the great idea that he's gonna jump out of a spaceship onto a moon. There he is. On the moon. He fucking did it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the summer road trip. We're about to break the arm already. Whoa, whoa. Ellen, you crazy? Coming back from the previous episode, about those,
No.
Oh.
You set the autopilot.
Alright, we're gonna have to go slower. Welcome to the long-requested, actually, summer road trip that... Part 2. On a different planet. Dude, stop it! Just hit the damn brakes! It's gonna break. You spin my rover right round, right round.
Gravity's too low to let it break.
Gravity is too stupid on this planet. Alright, we good now? No, we're not. Why is it... Do I need to lock these damn wheels?
Yes.
Maybe just give it less freedom? Show me the waypoints. It just saved. We're not off to a good start. Mechanical jab, why are you doing this to me? Oh wait, hit the brakes. There. It's the gravity that's making the wheels go weird. Okay. You know what we're gonna do? I will control the rover. Alright, so, Ellen, you're already low on EVA propellant. Honestly, we should have refilled your thing before we came out here, but I didn't. Sorry. So our road trip consists of 2 little segments. The first segment is we gotta go get Jofke. For that, we have Ellen, our cruise engineer. And after that, we're going to the North Pole. Because I'm completely insane. Okay. So this time, just the speed control. Nothing about the heading control. In fact, I'm removing that. Oh, turn that off. We have a very limited amount of monopropellant fuel and no way of refilling it once it's empty. Which means we gotta make it last. If that means we have to lower our damn speed, we have to lower our damn speed. Look at this. Her face.
That is kind of hilarious.
Oh, God, this is gonna be a weird road. This is gonna be a weird one, ladies and gentlemen. Setting speed to 3.5 on the slope. Enter. Or you could go 3.7, I don't care. So I've set Jofke as the target, so we at least know whereabouts he lies. Sorry if this is going to be a bit more boring than Euro Truck, but again, whatever. EVA report? We're still on the slopes here. Okay. Now, just so you guys know, waypoints here say that it's a 4-hour drive to Jofke.
It's gonna be over.
Though this thing is finicky, because now it says 3.3 hours. 3.5 hours. Many hours spent driving a car over the surface of this tiny rock. Because here's the thing. Jofke's about, I want to say 1/8 of the circumference around the planet. That's a 4-hour drive over rough terrain. Because he's a crazy, crazy, crazy guy. We had to lower Pegasus's orbit in order to get him down here. Didn't waste too much fuel, folks. Don't worry. Pegasus is fine.
I mean, there's more crew on it, right?
What?
On Pegasus?
-1. There are 3 people up there now.
Yeah, it's plenty of people.
I'm informing Star Fox fan what happened. Of our complete stupidity.
Wait, wasn't there... I think there was...
There was a what?
Rain working.
Okay. I'll wait. Well, we're here. How much gravity do we have? 0.43. Translation. Not much. Hang on. You messed up our course a little bit there with that jump. That's the thing, too. We're going 4.5 right now. We're still getting decent air on this planet. This is a tiny thing. Turn off heading control, please. Nobody wants
Oh my gosh.
What? What's up?
That's why it rang a bell.
We're gonna get some air here.
On a note, do you remember Halo Reach?
Everyone remembers Halo Reach. We're tipping. Here we go.
Do a
Again.
barrel roll.
Yeah, everyone remembers that.
You pulled a George.
Brakes, please. Ellen, for the love of God, hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Too smart. Bobsled mode.
Yes.
Okay. Easy. Okay. Again, lay off the goddamn monopropellant, please. Please. Again, lay off, will ya? Please make a U-turn where safe. Everywhere is safe. Just do it slowly. Okay. It's the, bop air that's getting to me. Hunter, there is no air. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's getting to me. Ever since we hopped on bop, it's been horrifying.
It's Joffrey, right?
Jofke. Yeah.
Jofke.
With a K. It might be Joffrey, I don't know. Why are you going faster than 3? Why do you
Because gravity.
insist on angering me?
Because gravity.
Alright, for some reason when I set it to 2, it sets it to just about 3. Now it's gonna take us a day to get to Jofkey.
Jofkey's your equivalent of an ODST. Completely insane.
Yeah, ODSTs had a drop pod, though.
There were certain circumstances that they didn't.
Dude. Besides the fact that the orbital drop shock trooper is a bad idea. Do I even need to explain why?
I'm curious to hear your reason.
Well, first of all, those things slam into the ground so hard they will die on impact.
Okay.
Like, you look at one of those drop pods, they come in way too fast. I don't care what kind of harness you're in.
And did you know that those things have parachutes as the final slow method?
No, they don't. They really don't. Okay? I've seen them in action. And here's the thing, the ones in Warhammer, for you Warhammer bastards out there, those are worse.
Yes, but Warhammer's also focused around insanity, in my opinion.
Well, here's the thing about Warhammer, it's not science fiction. It's science fantasy.
Yeah.
Big difference. Yeah, it feels like we're moving, but we're not really getting anywhere. Set the speed up to...
Oh,
actually,
right.
Head down the hill here and then set the speed to 3.
Those things don't have... So, they don't impact a terminal, and they don't slow down with a parachute. They have sort of a drogue chute, and retro rockets.
It's all bad ideas. Give me an EVA report. Still on the slopes. Eventually, we're gonna stop and we're gonna do some standard issue science on our way over to the valley.
Oh dear God, DARPA.
DARPA? What did DARPA do now?
I'm reading this from the fandom wiki on the orbital drop pods. The United States, pretty much DARPA, is currently working on a project, Sustain, codenamed Hot Eagle. Basic thought is to have heavily armed United States Marines launched into suborbital space and can re-enter anywhere on Earth in less than a total of 4 hours.
Or, just hear me out. Parachute them down.
Yeah.
Just use a plane and stop wasting my taxpayer money. You know how long
they can see a plane.
You know how long people train before they go into space? You know how much money this is going to cost?
Suborbital Hunter.
Do you know how much money this is going to cost?
Too fucking much.
Yeah, too much. Do a halo jump.
Honestly,
that's like a
normally,
really high jump.
Halo is can be extreme altitudes or minimal altitude.
You know what I mean, though.
No, I know exactly what a halo jump is. High altitude, low opening. Just do an insanely high jump.
Government keeps creating new ways to waste our money by inventing all these new weapons to kill people, even though we haven't been in any major wars for at least 20 years. I love it. That we feel the need to develop new means of murdering people, even though we're in peacetime. No, it's perfect. Oh,
Could
look
be
at you.
worse.
Look at you going over that slope right there and not careening off the cliff. You know what this thing needs? Reaction wheels.
Probably would help. Also,
What?
back on the drop pods, there is a prototype one that was used in the Horde Unto Dawn that actually used a fucking parachute.
I don't care.
That's smart compared to the rest.
Or we could talk about the Mercury capsule, the original orbital drop pod.
Fair enough. I mean, you are definitely not wrong.
By technicality, John Glenn wins. I say technically
Agreed.
Yuri Gagarin wins.
Definitely agreed.
Way to go, Russia. Just give that... Oh, no, wait. Damn it. Russia already armed them.
I mean, all you need is just a bit of duct tape and a accelerometer and a timer. And you can
No, I mean, Russia already armed their guys.
in space.
Yeah, they gave them a pistol.
No, actually,
'cause
they
they
gave
had-
him a bear gun rifle.
No,
Shotgun combo.
no, I'm pretty... It was something. They gave them a weapon to defend against bears when they landed.
It was a shotgun rifle combo. I know
One of the
what you're talking about.
One of the Salyut space stations. Now, not a lot of people know this. One of the Salyut space stations had a machine gun. It was one machine gun. It was mounted on the outside of the space station. And it couldn't pivot. You had to turn the entire space station to aim it.
I've heard of worse design flaws.
Well, no one knows why they put it on there. Those were actually secret military space stations. But we've done weirder stuff, like the Keyhole program.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, the Keyhole program was an early bunch of spy satellites that we launched. But the thing is, we had no way of transmitting the images back securely, so they had to eject a film cartridge that would re-enter the Earth's atmosphere, and then we catched it with a helicopter.
Translation. It failed.
No, it worked.
Hard. Okay, compared to modern satellites, it's kind of shit.
Well, yeah, they were outdated pretty quickly, but it worked. We launched a bunch of them. Fun stuff. Did you know that Russia once had a space laser?
I am honestly not surprised.
Immediately crashed it.
Okay, that sounds about right.
They immediately crashed the stupid thing. Like, it went up, didn't get enough velocity, and it crashed. They were using the Energia lifter for that. Energia was this vastly inefficient lifting body that they were going to use with the Buran project. However, it did not work out very well. It flew twice, and then the Soviet Union went bankrupt. It flew once with their test flight for their space shuttle, and the second time with their aforementioned space laser, which immediately crashed. The space shuttle did great, though. So the thing worked. It's just... I think they intended to use it to shoot down satellites. Something along those lines. You should ask me about space stuff. I got a million stories.
I've got a few decent ones. Not many as you, but...
Gravel piles. You know, Pegasus's design is actually based off of, the Hermes from The Martian.
You know, thinking about that, that would actually makes a bit of sense.
Well, the Hermes from The Martian was powered by an ion drive. The Hermes was, I think, bigger than the Pegasus. But the Pegasus
It is
has
bigger
more...
than the Pegasus.
But
Not
Pegasus has more range. And if you actually read into The Martian, SpaceX has a space station in that universe.
That is one thing I do remember reading that book.
Yeah, because NASA at that point has basically been reduced to the North American Shipping Association. They can't take credit for that. That was our Destroy All Humans finale.
That was good, though.
My God. That joke has aged too well.
Perfectly.
Like, I heard that and I'm like, whoa. Whoa. Alright, lower your speed here. No, we're airborne. Can you make it back down? Okay, yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it. Just be gentle with this thing. When we get to a higher gravity planet, things will be better. Can I leave you alone here for a second? After this next slope, yes I can. Actually, you know what? I got a thing here. So, the moons of Jewel. Right now we're on BOP. Now to achieve, now to go from low orbit around BOP, which at this point is high orbit, to the surface. Are you falling over? No, you're good.
No.
No, you're good, but I do have to readjust your course. Don't worry about it. You're okay. To go from low orbit of BOP to the surface requires 260 meters per second of delta V. Now, my proposal is pole jumping. Because to go from low orbit around pole to the surface of pole is less. It's 150.
Mm-hmm.
For reference, low orbit min-miss to the surface is 210. BOP is higher than that by 50. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, we could absolutely do a min-miss jump if we wanted to.
Hell, we could drop a 2 smart from orbit.
Don't know about that. Now, here's the thing. Gilly, we are absolutely doing a jump. Because that's even lower. Because here's what you have to understand, folks. Gilly is stupid. Gilly is a stupid moon. Now, let me have a look at Elu. Elu is about 710 meters per second delta V because it has slightly higher gravity. For reference, the Mun is 670. So it's a bit bigger. Just a bit. We should get decent traction on that planet. And Elu is, in fact, a planet. Now, Moho requires 1,000. But that's okay, because Moho is is a planet as well, and it's slightly bigger. Now, Eve, going from low orbit to the surface of Eve, you know how much? 0, because Eve has an atmosphere. It's leaving when you have a problem.
Agreed.
Because you need 10,000 meters per second of delta V. So Operation Eve will consist of this: a God rocket launches the lander directly to Eve. Pegasus will not be carrying the lander on that one. Pegasus will show up later with its own lander, which is going to Gilly. Then we're going to ditch that lander, and it's going to act as sort of a relay, because we're putting big honkin' antennas on our landers now. From there, Eve, the ship will swing by Eve, pick up our dudes that went down to Eve, and then we go home. And that will be Operation Eve. So much science. And that's the first hurdle that we have to figure out. The second hurdle is Lathe. Low orbit to the surface of Lathe doesn't require anything. We just deploy our parachutes because Lathe has an atmosphere. Getting back, however, requires 3,920 meters per second delta V. Now, if I'm being totally honest, we dropped some... What?
That's not terribly difficult.
I was actually going to say, if we drop some weight on the Trailblazer, it might make it. Now, the Heavy might be able to make it. I really don't know. Let's see, here's the thing. From the surface of Duna to low orbit is about 1,900 meters per second delta V. From the surface of Lathe to low orbit is 3,900. Basically doubled. Is an additional 2,000 meters per second. Now that was with a Destiny-class lander. And the Destiny's not very powerful. I'm pretty sure that's what we used to land on Drez. By the way, low orbit to the surface of Drez is 490. Drez is not a big planet. Where are we? Getting some good distance between us and the lander. At this point, we can actually still communicate directly with the lander. But eventually, we will have to rely on Jewelcom. Anyway, Lathe is the second hurdle. The third hurdle is really annoying. Give me the map real quick. Oh, good. It's on a merciful orbit at least. Okay, this over here, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tylo. Tylo hates you. Because, see, landing on Tylo. Now, the first thing you got to know about Tylo. Tylo doesn't have an atmosphere. No parachutes allowed. From low orbit of Tylo to the surface of Tylo is 2,600 meters per second delta V. It's a big boy. Now, here's the thing, too. You need the same amount to get back. So that's 5,200 meters per second delta V. I don't have a lander right now that can do that. Not even the Heavy, and we haven't even launched the Starshot Heavy. You gonna be okay on the slope here? Yeah, it's not that steep. We're going downhill for a little bit. Let's enjoy it. Speaking of which, give me an EVA report. Still on the slopes. That's whatever. So those are the three big ones that we have to tackle. Tylo, Lath, and Eve. Personally, I recommend tackling Lath first, because Lath has an entirely different problem besides the amount of Delta V required to land on it. Lath... Focus on Lath. Lath is covered in water. So we also have to really pinpoint where we're going to land. Ideally, one of the larger land masses, something over here maybe, next to Roderick.
Just planning ahead.
And I can't see what's on this side, so we'd probably put Pegasus in an orbit and let it spin around a little bit. Now, I'll probably look at a map or something. So anyway, here are the next planets on the chopping block. Elu and Drez are next. I just haven't decided which comes first. Those are the extreme mission profiles that will push Pegasus's range to its absolute limit. Because Moho is the closest planet to the Sun, and Elu is the furthest planet from the Sun. For reference, low orbit to Kerbin to low orbit Elu is 5,500, and low orbit Kerbin to Moho is actually more, if you can believe it. It's about 7,600. So Moho is actually going to be harder, so we might just do Elo first. And we need to talk about Ike.
What about Ike?
Ike isn't hard. It's just, here, focus on Duna, please. There we go to Duna, and then there's Ike. This is Ike. Ike is the moon of Duna. And we've never gone there. Ike has less gravity than Drez, which has less gravity than the Mun. So landing on it absolutely isn't a problem, but here's the issue. I don't want to go there. But I have to. So I don't know how to fit it into our mission profile. We're absolutely capable of going there. That's not the issue. I just don't know when. What other planets are we forgetting? Look at all the rovers on Duna. We've been to Duna a lot.
And you just leave them there?
What am I supposed to do with them? Duna actually has its own mass relay comm satellite, so we can communicate with all those rovers. Anyway, back to Jewel. Focus Jewel. There is one more moon in the Jewel system that we need to focus on, which is Val. Val is a very cool-looking ice moon, and it has geysers. Geysers that actually shoot your Kerbals up into the air.
Oh, now that's how you have fun.
Val isn't a hard moon. Only 990 meters per second delta V. I specifically designed the Starshot Heavy for Val. There's no question of whether or not we're capable of landing on Val. It's a question of when. It's also a question of when we're going to go to Lathe. So that's the Lathe mission, the Val mission, and the Tylo mission. So, 4 missions to Jewel. 4. Just for Jewel. So we're on the first one right now. So subtract that one. 3, 4 for Elu, 5 for Moho, 6 for Ike, 7 for the Eve mission. 7 more missions. And then we have our victory lap.
Oh.
The victory lap is we just go to Minmus.
Fair enough.
Because it's the last one. Question is, though, what's going to be the last one? Gilly. It's going to be Gilly. Because Eve is sort of our final boss. Because everyone fears Eve. Everyone will tell you Eve is hard. And that's because Eve is hard. Tylo is hard. But you need a really beefy lander for Tylo. Pegasus isn't going to be able to carry it out here. That's going to have to be directly shot at.
I can
Cool.
probably design it with a docking module for Pegasus.
Yeah, that's all it needs is the docking module up top. Pegasus will swing by, pick up the dudes, and they'll go home.
Yeah.
It's not a question of whether or not we can do that. It is a question of how the hell are we going to build a lander that powerful? Electricity's
Honestly?
good. Go ahead and talk.
Honestly, no clue. I'm still figuring this shit out.
You said something about nuclear engines. I know where you're going.
Oh, I was more talking the... I can't remember what it was.
The Rhino?
No, I was more thinking of stuff like Project Orion.
Oh god, no. We don't have that. Dude,
I know.
we're not gonna have
I
that
know.
till KSP2.
I know that.
For those of you who don't know, Project Orion was a really good idea that got screwed by nuclear regulatory commissions. The idea was to detonate nuclear devices behind your craft to push it forward. The idea is sound.
Execution.
Well, yeah, there's a bit of engineering behind it, but it would have worked. That's the scary thing. And it would have been an insanely powerful engine, more powerful than what Pegasus currently has.
But we're not messing with Project Orion because that one's a bit insane.
Not until Headhunter Space Program 2. By the way, the goal is to finish up all of these missions before Kerbal Space Program 2 hits the market. Are those rocks? We're coming into the rocky regions! Does that mean what I think it does? Are we in a new region? No, we're still on the slopes. Damn it! Why did we not land near any rocks? Helen has a flag, right? Pretty sure she does. Yeah, she does. I just remembered. Ellen didn't set up a flag. Jofke doesn't have a flag. He planted his. Oh, that's Val. That's Tylo. Here we are. Bop. Our little, Bop mission over here. Where we, hopped on Bop. Why won't it select Bop? Oh, no. Focus view on Lathe, then. See if I can... Oh, shit, look at that. Hey, is there a button to, reset the view?
I don't think so.
That doesn't make any sense. There absolutely would be. Never mind, I got it. How you doing over there, Jofke? Oh, don't worry, we're coming. We'll get there eventually. Problem is, we keep getting thrown off by the slight terrain differences. He's also down a very deep cliff. So that'll be interesting. Pushing the Too Smart to its limits once again. And I thought we did that on the Mun. Seriously, there are some scary pictures of the Too Smart on the Mun. I don't know if we still have them. I'm checking now. Through Kerbal Space Program's very own screenshot folder. 38 megabytes worth of stuff in here. Someone's standing on a rock. That's Pegasus. God damn it! Screenshot 1 is a Pegasus.
It could be worse.
How could it possibly be worse?
It could be Jofke's jump.
Did we get pictures of Jofke's jump? No, we
No,
took video.
But you recorded it.
Yeah, we took video for...
Well, I mean,
for the
technically that means we did get pictures.
We did it for the Vine. They're up there right now. Excuse me, mission control. And then they wait like an hour. And then mission control is like, go ahead. And then they're like, yeah, we regret to inform you,
Jofke's jumped ship.
we lost Jofke. We have, however, made a hilarious Vine. And that conversation of theirs is going to take them, like, 4 days.
Probably.
Because of the comm delay. Is that a rock that I can scan? No, it's gravel again. There's nothing but gravel out here. The road trip. The road trip. How far are we from him? See, I don't trust that clock. I have reason to believe it's gonna take longer than 3 hours and 40 minutes. We could be going faster, but we're not. We're not going faster. Maybe if we hit flatlands. We are, however, going down. Still on the slopes, though. God, man, how big is that damn mountain? That might be the tallest mountain here. Or that might be the tallest mountain. Enable flags, please. We got a lot of flags. Jofke Valley. Please name official Kerbal Space Program staff. Please name Bop Valley, Jofke Valley, because I jumped into it. It wasn't the hardest thing in the world, though. Though, Jofke could stand to start walking towards us. I don't think we could time accelerate. No.
That would be a bad decision.
Well, we can't because we're moving over the surface on a car. Freaking car. Yeah, that's good. They have snacks in that trunk. I see a thing for duct tape, magnets. Paper clips. That is... Does that say potatoes? Yeah, that says potatoes. The other side says... I think that's mystery goo. That is test tubes. And that last one is duct tape. Well, we got potatoes, which is good because a man survived for a year on Mars with nothing but potatoes. Drofty's over there with a potato in his mouth like I survived for 3.
Most definitely.
Eat shit, Matt Damon. Still on the slopes. Yeah, we're always going to be on the slopes, aren't we? Pop the bop information again. Bop information. Having a look at the map here. Our biome map. Okay. So from here... I don't know which is which. Damn it. I don't have like a reference point or anything to go off of with the map. There's a topographical map. Again, still no reference point. Wait, one of the few anomalies on Bob? How many are there? I only know of one. Gilly, Mun, Medmus, Duna, Ike, Drez, Jewel, Val, Tylo, Bop. There is a large orange circle somewhere. There's also the usual green monolith. We're never gonna find one.
Well, Hunter?
What?
I've got to bid you adieu.
Okay. We're never gonna find that monolith anyway. And besides, I think we could call this a video. That'll do it for the space road trip this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button really hard with your head. We have a long drive ahead of us. I mean, look at how much distance we've covered. This is going to be at least a 5-part drive. Maybe even 6 or 7. Unless I skip a bunch of parts. We might skip a bunch of parts.